Om Shanti. These minutes are very precious. We have the option to come in the sky where there is full freedom, zero bondages. It is the supreme sky, world of God. In this region of divine light and color. Each point of light, subtle point of light, they have a face of no guilt, their faces are free from the baggage of past. These points of light very tiny points, they have 100% self-respect, full clarity, when there is clarity, one knows who they are, their identity is very clear. The personality of this tiny point is the personality of an angel. Divine personality that does not want anything. Personality free from sorrow, free from confusion and questions. Divine personality is very clear that down below there is a story that is going on. It's not the story of this divine prince. It is a story, just like any other story. Any story is like an extra thing. Story is not your home. Most importantly, the story is harmless. It cannot harm these divine angels, these points. At any point, the story cannot harm anyone. It is just like watching a movie, any other movie. Movie cannot harm you. Movie cannot harm the viewer, the audience. Same applies for these divine points. They are very, very clear, and they are conscious, they are clear. With this clarity, the divine point comes in the story. And his mind is free from the past. The mind is not stuck in the past. There is space for, full space for the present, the wonder of the present moment. And in the present, when you have space for the present, then the heart has acceptance, appreciation, and this appreciation and acceptance is only because the point is conscious. He is connected to his home, his world. He feels safe. He knows he belongs to the sky. With this attitude, he can appreciate any second, every second of the story. When the soul, the divine point, is conscious, there is zero regret, zero complaint, zero baggage. This is a very powerful personality where there is no regret, where there is full clarity, full light. There is no fear. Why will anyone fear in a cartoon show? The whole story, the whole film, it is a cartoon show. Anyone who is sensible, how can they fear a storybook? Anyone who is wise, they cannot be afraid of a film. They know it's just a film. Just how this Zoom call can end any minute, any second. Film can also end any second. The physical world where the drama is being played, it is very similar to this Zoom call. There are sounds and visuals, action. It starts and it ends. No one will have any problem if the Zoom call ends. Same applies to the story world. For the one who is conscious, or the one who is awake, the whole physical world becomes a game. Games are interesting, they are fun, and the whole thing becomes fun. We have the option to use this highest perspective of the soul, perspective of Baba, God's perspective. For the next hour, let's pay attention to whose perspective is used. Next 1 hour, we keep a silent aim. We have this attention to use soul's perspective, and we see everything as a game. Om Shanti. So even as we said, even the next 1 hour, although there are two types of gatherings that are happening at this time. Even this minute, there are two different gatherings. Can anyone say what type of gatherings are happening here, taking place?
Gathering of the cartoons and gathering of the real invisible angels.
Yes, yes. We have the option to use the soul's perspective and stay in the gatherings of all the our real invisible family, all the stars, divine stars. So things will happen in the story. Even right now, during the call, many things uh, can happen, will happen. But if the soul is conscious, attention is towards this family, invisible family, family of brothers. Yeah. And this attention, keeping this sort of attention, we see some amazing results. These results are in our attitude. So it's not results in the drama, but attitude is, we see many things happen in the cartoon show, but attitude is highest attitude, attitude of no complaint, attitude of contentment, and different intensity. Drama can be in different intensities, high intensity, low intensity drama. But that is where we can see if the soul is conscious, then attitude is highest attitude, where there is contentment, there is peace, there is joy, freedom. So, using the roles perspective, there is always this victim sort of, um, victim feeling. And also, there will be some sort of begging, because there are different roles, right? Different roles, and different characters act in different ways, variety ways. So if we use this roles perspective, then I will want uh, someone to behave in a certain way. I will want some person to talk to me in a certain way. Something will keep happening. Yeah. So we have no choice. But if this perspective is used, then uh, there is no chance of feeling fully, joyful, feeling like a master. No, it is not possible to feel like a master. In using, when we use this roles perspective, there is no way that one can experience a mind which is full of, full of appreciation, full of um, acceptance, and all these words that we use, all these feelings, they can be just said in one word, feeling of fullness, feeling full. This feeling of fullness is also like, you're complete. You feel full at every level, and so you don't desire. So even out there in the world, there are many courses and classes and sessions on positive thinking. So, what is the difference between the positive thinking that Baba teaches us, that Baba is um, telling us that we have the option, and from all the positive thinking courses or everything that exists in the world, what is the difference? There is one main difference. Yeah. So who will share?
Om Shanti Di. As Baba tells us to be extrovert, to cut the cord
Mm,
in a second and allow our intellect to be in the real, the original, the truth form.
yeah, yeah, nice. Jashwant bhai.
Om Shanti Didi. Actually, in the world, everyone talk about the leaves. That this leaf, this if I myself assume as a tree, and
Mm-hmm.
so everyone will look for the leaves and try to resolve, try to cure that leaf. But Baba teaching is curing the seed, to rejuvenate the seed. But
Mm-hmm.
that's a difference between everyone and Baba's teaching.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Rashwant bhai. So this is very important for us, you know. We need to be really clear with this. And if you are clear with this, then there is so much intoxication. You know, there's so much um, confidence. Your light will shine, you know, anywhere, everywhere. You know, and anyone else can make out that they're something is different about them. So, what is the positive thinking that you are doing? How is it different from, you're also talking about gratitude, you also have gratitude for drama, and you know your acceptance and everything, you know, the same language, but where is the difference? What is the difference that with what you are doing? There is, people also use the word soul, God, you know, all of that, those words are used everywhere. Shobha ji?
Yeah, yeah. Sister Om Shanti, I think the whole perspective change is the biggest difference, I think, because you're not in the drama and feeling full and positive. You are in the soul consciousness and you know there is a home where you are. This fullness and this strength comes from that state of permanent home, state of no damage home, where is there is no like, so whatever is fearful in this world, you know that there's a parallel world where and the original home, and that is where the fullness and the positivity comes from. So, and to earlier question, just wanted to add, sister, I think the biggest difference in what Baba tells us is he tells us to change our perspective and work on ourselves, which means that everything which is paining you, everything which is bothering you, the answer is within you,
Hmm.
and it is because of you. So that is the biggest change of perspective which Baba is asking us to do.
Hmm. Yes, very nice. Yes, Neha Ben.
Baba is actually talking about the deep reason why there is so much sorrow and pain, and why the positivity doesn't last, and that is the insecurity. And Baba once tells us this deep secret that the soul is always secure. So I think from there all the positivity starts emerging, while the rest of the world, they don't know this secret. So they try to be positive for a while, but then something or the other starts bothering them, and this again start feeling afraid. But here, the deep, the main thing is that the soul is forever secure, and because of that, the needs, they start coming down, and that's how the positivity stays.
So Baba, you know, tells us to give blessings. You know, in the world also they say give blessings. What's the difference? And you know, Baba is saying, you know, use your thoughts wisely. Even in the world, they say all these things. You know, we hear give blessings, think positive. Even in adverse situations, you know, think that this was for a reason. So same language, but why? What is the difference? Baba saying give blessings. Others are saying give blessings.
Om
Sister
Shanti
Om
ji.
Shanti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Can I
think
speak?
sure.
Yeah. I think the main difference, what I think is, others are also making us positive by some other ways. They are just convincing us that if whatever is going on with you, whatever negative or the challenging things are happening with you, stay positive. Means try to be positive, try
Mm,
to see the positivity in something or the other. but
Mhm.
they are not giving us the reason. They are not giving us the reality, and Baba
Mm.
gives us the reality, the right focus on our reality, that this is real, that whatever is, if something is going wrong with you, it there is good for you, there is a hidden good for you, like your karmic accounts are balancing, or something, or the real you are the pure soul, you are the peaceful, you are this reality Baba is giving us. So if we realize that we are this, not that, so this is, I think, the main difference. They just, others are just try to convince us. Okay, 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 it is good for you. But here we realize, yes, everything is good for us, because we are going towards the real world, real our home, and then again the drama will start. So this is the reality. I think the reality, and just the convincing,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Brother Naidu was sharing. Yeah.
Om Shanti Behan.
Mm.
Yes, we do the that the blessings and all through vibrations. That means we have full clarity and what we are doing. They don't have that clarity. What is soul and what they just physical way of blessings they do give, but that vibrations may be missing there. We have that clarity. We have the atmic awareness. With that awareness only, whatever we are doing, we are doing. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Yeah. Any final words from Jashwant Bhai on this topic?
Om Shanti. Actually, what I think is uh, similar talks are there in the world, but the basic equation is wrong everywhere. It is that Baba make us soul as a first person and everything as a second or a third person. In world, they make soul as a second or third person and human or body as a first. If they were saying don't, if they were saying gratitude, their language would be like, don't harm his soul, but
Mm.
actually he is himself is a soul. Baba first switch us to a original consciousness and then say you are originally all good. There's nothing harm to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. So we've got, some really good uh, mm, points in the chat as well, and everyone else has shared. The main difference is everyone, even for all of us, we knew from the day one, that we should think good, and if you are not thinking good about any situation, everyone knows that you should think good, speak good, and all of that, give blessings. There is some innately you are aware that even when someone is uh, some role is being played in a different manner, yet you should forgive. You should do all of that. But the first point that Baba gives, Baba sets the position, the first step, that you, in the world also, they will say expectation is the cause of suffering. Yeah, it's very clear. Baba is also saying expectation is the cause of suffering. So don't expect. Yeah, there are many sessions in the world. Don't expect. If you talk to Lokik people who are spiritual, they will also say, don't expect. Okay, you do not have expectations. But Baba tells that in the first place, the star doesn't need anything from this world. So don't expect, don't need. That is very good. But in the first place, you are complete and you are perfect. And so in the first place, you don't need anything from the world. Yeah. You don't need to expect from this world. So he takes us a step higher. Everyone's saying don't expect. But he says the angel doesn't need to expect because the angel is full, is divine. So for the angel, it's not a task. It is not a question that should I give blessings, should I not give blessings. He doesn't know anything else apart from giving blessings. So you don't need to force yourself, I have to give blessings, I have to give blessings, and I cannot give blessings, and I need to forget, but I can't forget. That sort of struggle doesn't exist because everyone else is focusing on, you know, uh, Ananya, that Ananya has to give blessings, I have to give blessing. Yeah, basis is that I am this. I've been hurt, I have been wronged, and I need to give blessing. And it's very hard. So who's saying this? This is all, the doll is saying this. Yeah. How do I give blessing? How do I think positive? And so he says, in the first place, you are not the doll because dolls are part of the doll show. And you don't expect, but it takes us a step higher. You don't need to expect. You are already full. Your world is of fullness. Why cannot you experience that? What is the blockage? Blockage is ego. Blockage is, the bondages. And he gives the method to undo those bondages, undo that ego. And once that ego is removed, then you experience yourself first. When you experience yourself, then you experience your entire family. Experience the company of entire family. So first, thing that has happened is the soul is disconnected from its own personality. Personality of the soul is the personality of an angel, and soul has been disconnected from its own angelic personality, divine personality. So Ananya is trying to become the soul. She's trying to give blessings, she's trying to do this and that, and the doll is trying to do dharna, doll is trying to do service, doll is trying to think positive, but doll, is a doll, and the alive aspect here, yeah, it's part of the movie. So the traveler, the one who is passing through different scenes of life, traveler is an angel. Traveler's personality is of divinity. His personality is of fullness. When he has discovered his sky, he doesn't struggle. He's not struggling to give blessing. This is right, but I can't. I don't have power to do that. All of that is that can exist, but you have a very clear and simple approach. Very simple practice, very simple approach. There is our Baba's entire, way of teaching. He presents very simple, practices. So, and all the practices are aimed at, firstly, the soul connecting or waking up to its own personality of an angel. And once the soul's personality, angelic personality, is shining, then you cannot tell the angel, don't expect. It just doesn't have that in its mind to expect. He's full. How can an angel want something from a doll show? It is such a petty and such a absurd, strange thing. Angel is full. Angel is perfect. An angel, how can an angel want something from a story? You are royal, and a royal family, how can they want something from a village? They are going to a village and they are royals, and royals are asking for some behavior, some sort of food. They are royals. So once that royalty, soul connects to its royalty, the royal personality, then it doesn't try to know, everyone else knows all the good stuff, but there is trying. There is a lot of trying to think good, stay positive, trying. Why trying? Because perspective of the role is being used. And when the perspective of the role is used, then practices are not simple. Approach is complicated because first step is wrong. First step of who am I, that is wrong. That there is confusion there. And if this step is wrong, then everything else will be a struggle. If you get this first step right, then everything else is simple, it's enjoyable, it's fun. Is that clear? So give blessings, take blessings, because your personality is that. Personality of an angel, what will the angel be? What will the angel do? So it's not trying to be Ichhamatram Avidya, but they are. Angel is, has no desire, has no understanding of desire. They are divine beings. So we have this Murli from Baba. We'll just read a few Baba's short message. This is the Murli of 8th of June, 1972. Yeah. 8th of June, 1972. Baba says, do you consider yourselves to be destroyers of obstacles? Do you consider yourselves to be destroyers of obstacles? All the, this is like a poetic way of saying something, but challenges and problems are outside. But when my mind sees something or approaches a scene as a problem, as a challenge, that is like an obstacle that starts in the mind. And Baba says you are the destroyers of obstacles. So once the perspective is changed, so if there is the role perspective, then scenes of the drama, they appear as problems, they appear as favorable, not favorable, and favorable and unfavorable as per whom, the role. So when the perspective of role is used, then in the mind, there are always obstacles. There is always, how they say that some people, some have a solution for every problem, and some others, they have problems for every solution. You give them a solution, they will come to you with a problem. You give them another solution. So ego is like that. I think this is said for ego, that ego will always present a problem for a solution. Baba gives a solution, ego will say, how is this possible? No, that's not possible. So the perspective of the role is a limited perspective. And so there are obstacles in the mind. And when the mind has obstacles, it sees everything as a problem. But if the mind is free from obstacle, then it just sees everything as a story, as a movie. So movie, story, everything has ups and downs, but there is no real problem there. Ups and downs, they are normal. They are part of everything. When any type of obstacle comes in front of you, do you experience within yourself the power to face that obstacle? That is, through your own effort, do you experience yourself to be close to Baba and your complete stage? Complete stage, stage of fullness, stage of full acceptance, no victim, no begging, Yeah, full, complete stage. So whenever there is an obstacle that comes in front of you, do you experience yourself to be close to Baba and close to your own complete stage? Or do you experience yourself to be standing in the same place? Just as a traveler never stops anywhere, in the same way, do you consider yourself to be a traveler of the night and continue to move along? Yeah, so mentally, do you stand in the same place? Or do you move along? You're flying. You know? The one who can move is the one who has no chains. If you have chains, then you cannot move. Yeah. And a traveler has no bondages. Um, brother was sharing, brother Prashant was sharing one time that if you give, if you have a sofa in your house and good quality sofa, and you are going to buy a new one, and you ask a neighbor that do you want a new sofa? We are getting a new one. Do you want this? Anyone who is looking for for expansion and they want to settle, they will say yes, yes, why not? We can put it in the kids' room or something. Yeah. But if there is a traveler, with a backpack, and he is planning his next trip, and you ask a traveler, do you want a sofa in your house? He will not have space for that. He doesn't have the excitement for that sort of thing. He will say, no, no, that's okay. Because his main priority is to travel light. And so he cannot think of like a householder, you know. It's not about settling down, but it's like always thinking of comfort and safety and house, and idea of family is not 3 people, 4 people. So for a traveler, he has an attitude where there is lot of space for wonder and amazement and enjoyment, fun. So he's moving along. If he has an insurance to look after, if he has some other stuff going in the back of his mind, he cannot travel. So same way, souls are travelers and they are moving along. But moving along, can be said for those souls, those travelers who are not in bondage, those who are not creating bondages. Yeah, so they can move along. Otherwise, if there is bondage, then you cannot help but act from the same attitude, same place. Yeah. So we have to see, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I had irritation. Yeah. Today, do I have irritation? If the answer is yes, then what has changed? We can say that time it was more, now it is less. But reasons may change. Reasons may change of why I used to get irritated 5 years ago. But that feeling is still in the mind. Why is the feeling still there? Because the bondages are still there. They may have shifted from one thing to another thing, but 5 years ago, did I have the vice of anger? Do I have it today? Yeah. So we have to see, am I moving along? Are things really changing inside? What main virtue of the perfect stage is visible in your practical action? What is the special virtue of the perfect stage through which you can recognize whether you are close to your perfect stage or far away? Now stabilize yourself in your perfect stage for a second. Now stabilize yourself in full state of fullness, soul's perspective. Doesn't want, doesn't need anything. full. And tell Baba what special virtue reveals the perfect stage. When a soul has created the stage of perfection, what is the praise of his equanimity? When there is, so his internal world, there is equanimity. Yeah. So there can be deformation, there can be something outside, but internally, equanimity, how do you understand this? Internally, nothing can provoke you. Nothing can provoke you. Some personalities, they may get angry, but they'll not express it. They keep it inside. So that is not equanimity, because something has provoked. Yeah. So perfect stage, under provocation, under high pressure, high intensity drama, there is still, there is 100% equanimity, means there is no space for question, revenge, I'll show you, so they are free from it, from their mind. So it's one thing to come in actions and words, but it's another thing when internally you are free from it. In your mind, you are free from it. That is the sign of perfect stage. Yeah. So Baba says, when there is equanimity in praise and defamation, victory and defeat, happiness and sorrow, it is called the stage of equanimity. It is called the stage of perfection. Even at times of sorrow, instead of waves of sorrow being visible on your forehead and face, waves of happiness and joy should be visible. So it's not just that internally I am feeling sad, but externally I am still smiling and, laughing through the tears. It's not that sort of attitude. You get, na? In today's world, many people, many celebrities, players, they say that I was so depressed, so hurt that time, but whenever I was in public, I was smiling, I was laughing. So this equanimity stage is different, where in the mind you are free from, because obstacles are in the mind, perspective is inside, perspective is an internal thing, and so perspective is the perspective of soul. So there is the stages of perfection, and when the stages of perfection, you are not acting outside, you are not acting to be polite, you are not acting to be unaffected. You are not acting that I'm not hurt. You're really not hurt. Yeah? You're not pretending. Yeah? You're not acting. Soul is really, it has no reason to feel uh, a rush of happiness because someone has praised the role. Yeah? So it is free at the level of mind, and this is, Baba says, is the stage of equanimity. It is called the stage of perfection. Even at times of sorrow, waves of happiness and joy should be visible. Yeah? So should be visible means for the soul it is natural, normal to, for that to be visible. While hearing defamation, while hearing defamation, it should not be experienced as defamation, but as praiseful words to make your stage of perfection stronger. So you're not trying that someone is throwing some stones and you're trying, no, this is good, Baba wants me to learn this, and you're not trying, but it's a natural attitude. Trying stage is a different stage, but natural and normally you really feel that um, this is, someone is praising. You're not delusional, but you're seeing it from soul's perspective. And so you can really, you're not trying, soul is not trying, but soul is naturally, the attitude is that it's good, it's all good. There should be such equanimity. This is called the stage of closeness to Baba. So this is the stage of soul consciousness, complete perfection, and this completeness is a sign that you are close to Baba. Close to Baba, not in distance, but in attitude. Close to Baba in um, your personality. There should not be the slightest difference in your vision or attitude. So our checking is not I didn't respond outside, I didn't say externally. Our checking is vision, attitude, stage, equanimity. That is where one is checking. There should not be the attitude that someone is an enemy or that someone is one who insults you or another one is one who praises you. Let there be the attitude of a well-wisher and the vision of a benefactor. So with soul's perspective, you cannot force, you're not forcing yourself that no one is my enemy, no one is my enemy. Ego will force. When there is spiritual ego, then you'll force, you'll deny that I have these feelings going on. But when you are on the path of being conscious, being awake, you don't deny ego that is inside. You acknowledge it and you see that there are still these feelings of irritation, of anger. You're not pretending. Spiritual ego will pretend. Any sort of ego will pretend, will force, and it will also judge others. Why are you getting angry? You are listening to Murli for so many years. So ego imposes, it forces, it pressurizes. Baba doesn't pressurize, even though the words used are should not, but it's not from pressure, it's not from compulsion. But if soul is conscious, then this is what it will happen. If soul is not conscious, this is what's happening. So, you're not pressurizing your own self. If there is ego, then there is pressure. Then there is pressure to pretend. There is pressure to act. There is denial. So, when the soul is waking up, there is acknowledgement. There is complete authenticity in being aware that the ego is there. But at the same time, because you are so honest and authentic with your own self, you're not going to announce this in a class, but when you are honest with your own self, authentic, then it is easy for you to come to the complete stage. Then it is easy for the soul to wake, completely be awake. But if there's spiritual ego, when there is pretension, when you're pretending, then possibility of soul being awake is reduced, drastically reduced, because spiritual ego is ruling. Politeness outside, sweetness outside, but inside, denying that this is what I am feeling. So Baba is saying, if the soul is awake, then attitude is of well-wisher for each one. Each one there is empathy and the vision of a benefactor. You want to benefit. Why do you want to benefit? Because they are really angels. Angels, but sleeping. Angels who are sleeping. So you don't want to benefit because you are great. You don't want to benefit because you are some, good, you are some saint. But you have this feeling to benefit because they are angels. Angel has forgotten and is acting like a beggar. So that's why you want to benefit. And how can you benefit when you yourself are not a beggar? Then you can help the angel. But if you yourself are begging and you are going for, you want, they should benefit, it cannot happen. To be the same to both types is known as having equanimity. When there isn't equanimity, that is balance, you are unable to experience bliss from the Father for yourself. When there is spiritual ego, pressure, pretense, pretending to be nice, polite, yogi, then you cannot experience bliss. You may have a full smiling face, but bliss is absent. So Baba is the blissful one. And if you wish to experience bliss or take bliss from Baba, there is only one method for this. Yeah, what is the method? Only one method. Yeah, all are angels. To live the truth. Yeah, that's the one method. Be a traveler. So one method is, Baba is saying, let there constantly be an accurate balance of both aspects. So there needs to be accuracy in balance. And what is the balance? Accurate balance of love and power. Accurate balance of love and power. So love means no, we have to see it from both directions. So love means there is no interest or excitement, based on the drama. And on the other hand, love also means that Baba's society, Baba's world is your world. So your world, your society is not the society of dolls. Your society is the society of invisible family and Baba. And it's not about saying this is my society, this is my world, but whatever is your, whatever in your mind, whichever world is your world, you can stay there. Yes, proof that this is my world, I can stay there. So that is the proof. So if Baba's society is my society, love, there is love. Yeah. This society is not, doll society is not my society, then that is love. Yeah, Baba was talking a few days ago about real love, artificial love. So and he said, real love is your love for the sky, your love for home. So if there is love for home, you can stay in your home. You can stay in that stage. You can hold that stage. Yes, which means that ego is not present. So you have minimized ego. You have you have undone the bondages. Yeah? And at the same time, if there is love, then there is power. Now, what is power? How do you understand power? So only one, Baba is saying only one method for this. And, Baba gives one method for everything, but he uses different language. So again, is the perspective of the soul, but language today is accurate balance of love and power. So what is power? Yeah. No fear, unaffected by the drama, to believe what Baba believes, to have balance. Power is used when there is an enemy. Yeah? If you have a room full of friends, you don't need power. But when there is an opposition, that time, that is the time when you need power. So love is for home, for family, for Baba, and balance of love, because even Baba says, everyone says, I have love for Baba. But where is the balance? Where is the power? Power means you can resist the traps that your enemy creates for you. You don't get trapped. That is your power. Someone is, a child is being, he's being shown some chocolate, some toffee, and he's been, asked by a stranger, do you want chocolate? Do you want toffee? Do you want this toy? Do you want this ice cream? And that child, if he's able to say, no, I don't, he doesn't go with that stranger. That is power. He will be called powerful. Yeah? So if there is love, there is power. If there is love for the home Baba, then there is power against the enemy. But I say there is love, but I am always trapped in Maya and I'm always sitting with the enemy, then there is inaccuracy somewhere. So accurate love, balance of love and power. So in other words, love is power. If there is love, then there is power against. If you are loyal to a country, let's say, if you are loyal to one country, if someone is loyal to some country, their country, then they will not sit with the enemy. They will not even talk to the enemy country, whichever, if there is a war or something, because they have love for their country. So you don't sit with the enemy, you don't talk with the enemy, you don't, in olden times, even in villages, if there was some rivalry, they will not, get married in that village. So power, is used against enemy to create to not be, to create that resistance, to not be trapped by the enemy. That's where you need power. So if you are able to be safe from Maya, then you are powerful. And Maya, what Baba said, obstacles here. Yeah? Obstacles here, limited perspective here. If you are safe from that, then you are powerful. If you give in to that, if you give in to your, enemy, if you give in to your, the stranger who is giving toffee, chocolate, whatever, then you're not powerful. You are naive. You are, you are, no one will, really have praises for this sort of, person who is sitting with the enemy country, getting trapped by them, getting beaten by them. Then he's not seen in the best way. So Baba says, you will automatically continue to receive bliss. If you have accurate balance of love and power, you will be in a blissful state. Do you know how to maintain an accurate balance? What is the speciality of tightrope walkers? That of keeping their balance. It may be an ordinary thing, but the wonder is of keeping one's balance. You have seen the act of tightrope walking, have you not? Here, too, the wonder is of maintaining an accurate balance. However, you do not keep an accurate balance. When you hear praise, you become even more intoxicated, and when you hear defamation, you have dislike. Yeah. Someone was, someone asked someone, and two people, they were having a conversation, and someone asked that how do you, what was the question? How do you keep yourself free from negative comments by others, negative sort of criticism and comments, hate that people throw. It was in the context of online world. And this person said that I don't take the good comments. I don't take good comments to my heart, and I don't take validation. And because I don't take validation and I don't start dancing when someone says something good, then I don't, feel suffering or feel low when someone says something bad about my art and my skill. It was in a Lokik context that I was having that conversation. But this is the real thing. If you take one thing, you are helplessly trapped in also receiving the other thing. So if you say, I don't get affected by people complimenting me, but I just get so upset when someone doesn't, when someone says something bad about me. It means that you do get affected when someone, you do take that to your heart. So when ego is involved, then ego will take praise and it will also take, defamation. Ego is not selective. Ego is not smart. Ego is not intelligent. Yeah. If it will take happiness from the drama, it will take sadness from the drama. Yeah, you cannot be selective and pick choosy with, ego. Yeah. They say, right? Beggars are not choosers. Yeah, something like that. Beggars can't choose. So ego is 100%, in other words, a beggar. Beggar can't be choosers. They can't choose. If they get praise, if they take praise, they will also take defamation. So you have to, stop taking one, and naturally the other is stopped. If you don't take praise, naturally defamation will not, get to your heart. So if the soul is conscious, all that it takes is, this is nice, this is nice, this is good, everything's good. Yeah, because he is taking goodness from his own home. He is taking goodness and he is feeling his own goodness, his own fullness, his own perfection. So because he is like, everything's so good, this personality is so good, a personality of an angel, Baba's company, Baba's family. And so even when it comes in the cartoon show, that is also so good. Yeah, with its highs and lows, everything is good. So Baba says, in fact, there should neither be intoxication through being praised nor dislike through being defamed. If the two are well balanced, then when you look at yourself as a detached observer, you will experience, what will you experience? When you don't take praise or defamation, Baba is saying, in fact, you will experience bliss. Yeah? You experience complete bliss, feeling of wow. Yeah? Baba says, you experience wonders. In other words, you experience magic. Yeah? You experience wonders. You will experience contentment in yourself. Others will also be contented with your actions. You may not have put any effort into action. Awakened soul, they're not thinking about what should I do in the drama, how do I play this role better, how do I play this part good, how can I make them contented. Awake soul, even if it, just using the role, using the costume, It can only be sitting and listening. Even then, others will be contented. Ego will be cooking 5 dishes, running around, doing this, that. Awake soul, they are not thinking about the drama. They're not obsessively thinking about the drama. They're not so occupied in what do I do, what do I do. And I means the role, and that is not their attitude. And because of that, anything they do at the level of action, everyone feels contented. They're smiling, they're just, walking, everyone, spiritually, they feel, I have got something. Souls feel they have attained something. So you will experience contentment in yourself. You experience wonder, you experience magic, and that, makes you feel contented. You're so close to, your own personality of a prince, of an angel, of a divine soul. And others will also be contented with your actions. However, because you are lacking this effort, because of lack of this balance, you do not have a blissful life that you should have. Baba says, what should you do now? Keep an accurate balance. What should you do now? Keep an accurate balance. So, love and power. Yeah, accurate balance of love and power. So, any thoughts, any comments from anyone? Then we have gone past the time today. But it's nice for us to have this aim to reach to experience the complete state, experience the fullness. Yeah, and with this fullness, there is power to resist ego, resist the traps of Maya. Okay. It was very nice to hear from those who shared, and now, as Baba said, keep an accurate balance, love and power. So I hope this subject of love and power is clear for everyone. Is it clear? Nice. So Om Shanti. Thank you. Yeah, Om Shanti.